Hello and welcome to New Brunswick Boys MMA. I'm your host today. We'll be looking at a quick breakdown of UFC 327, my thoughts and opinions after watching it and whatnot. I'm very depressed right now because my go to the sport has been slept again due to stupid decision making, but we'll get into that here in a second. I just kind of want to share some of my thoughts and opinions after this UFC card. For anyone who's wondering, this channel is going to be used for a lot of stuff in the near future. My buddy and I are both MMA fighters. He's professional, I'm an amateur, out of New Brunswick, and we got some fun stuff to get to. Anyways, that's future problems. We're going to start off by looking at the main event of the evening. My thoughts are I'm depressed, man. I'm very sad with the UFC right now. I don't know how I'm going to handle the next couple months. We've got Strickland and Hamzat next month. Strickland's also one of my favorite fighters. He's probably going to get slimed out. And then Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira. If Gane wins, I'm done with the sport until Tom Aspinall kicks his ass. Stupid decision-making for Prohaska. I respect the whole Bushido Code thing. I started off in karate myself before moving to MMA, so I understand the whole honor and not wanting to go for his injury, but Yuri was still kicking the lead leg. Yuri was still kind of doing his thing. I don't know if I entirely buy that this was a mercy thing or if it was just a stupid choice. Regardless, we got Carlos Ulberg as champ now. We have the most boring possible, second most next to Ankalaev, boring option for the light heavyweight division. Mind you, Paulo Costa moving up makes this rather interesting. We're in kind of a weird limbo situation where the true champ has moved up, right? Pereira's moved up to heavyweight. Light heavyweight's a bit of a disaster, a bit of a clusterfuck right now. You got Yuri, who's on paper best guy in the division. You've got Ankalaev, former champ, Yuri, former champ. You got Ulberg as champ now. You've got Jan Blachowicz in the mix. You got all kinds of crazy shit. So, to be honest, matchmaking-wise, if Ulberg's going to be out for a year, then I want to see an interim title between Magomed Ankalaev and Yuri or Paulo Costa because it makes sense. Realistically, what's probably going to happen is they'll do an interim title between Ankalaev and Costa and then have Yuri fight Blachowicz or someone else, a new up-and-comer, whatever it may be. Maybe he'll have him... No, they won't have him rematch Reyes. That makes no sense. Reyes should probably be looking to just make a more impressive performance than what he did the night before. There's a lot of moving parts. Maybe Mirzakhanov coming off a loss versus Reyes or versus Yuri. That would actually be rather interesting. Mirzakhanov versus Prohaska, and then maybe you do like a Reyes versus Ankalaev or something. Anyways, you get my point. There's a lot of options, but light heavyweight's a clusterfuck. It's a complete disaster. That's my thoughts and opinions on that. My boy's got to come along to the UFC and fix light heavyweight. He's got to get through the regional scene first. But co-main, just briefly spoke of this. Paulo looked awesome, moved up a weight class, kicked some ass, beat Mirzakhanov. I just match-made these two, or just match-made. So we just kind of went over that. So we're not going to go too far into that, but great performance from Paulo Costa. He looked incredible. He looked phenomenal, way better than he's looked recently. It was a very fun fight to watch as well. It was the most fun Costa fight since the Rockhold fight that I've watched. It was really good. It was entertaining. There was a little weird moment with the eye poke and smile, but I think that was just an acknowledgement. But anyways, that's that. Heavyweight. All right, so we all know Josh Hokett is fighting Derek Lewis at the White House card. I'm worried for Derek, man. I love Derek Lewis, but the thing is Josh Hokett goes in there and rushes him like he did Curtis Blades. I think Lewis is done. The problem is, though, is if he rushes him and Lewis catches him, he's out like a friggin' light. There's nothing you could do about that. So that makes for a very interesting power punch matchup. It'll be fun. It's a fun addition to the White House card. I'm not complaining. Everyone's shitting on the card. I think it's friggin' great. I've got no complaints. But that's a rather interesting fight. Curtis Blades, man. Curtis, what are we going to do with you? Maybe put Curtis Blades. He's fought like everyone, a heavyweight. They all fought each other, man. You got like another clusterfuck, but this is like a blob clusterfuck where you got a few guys who are actually really good in the division. Pereira going in there mixes things up too. But like, fuck, man, what do you do? May give Blade some time off, let the division settle out a little bit. Maybe he ends up with a rematch or a Volkov match, or there's all kinds of stuff you can do with Curtis Blades. Right? He's a great fighter. He's still in it. He's still doing good. He just refused to get chinned, which looked good on him, but he's going to need some time off more than anything. Reyes and Walker, this was a shit fight. I don't care what either of them do. Reyes, man, you're washed. You used to be good. You beat John Jones, and now you're just dicking around Johnny Walker. The problem is both of these guys could have chinned each other, and they're both terrified to go in because they knew that. So I just want to see some fun matchups made. I want to see Reyes get something entertaining in the light heavyweight division, and I want to see Johnny Walker go into a matchup where he's either going to get slept or sleep someone else. Another one of those for him. There's options, you know, especially with the way the division's moving and things are changing every day. They'll figure something out. I don't really have a necessarily planned out fight for these two, but it was good. It was worth the watch. No, it wasn't. That's a complete... What the fuck am I talking about? That's bullshit. That was not worth the watch, but complete shit show fight. My bad, guys. I was, blanked out, but yeah, no good. Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr, great fight, great retirement for Cub Swanson. Still proved to me that they care more about random people like Michael Chiesa who haven't done shit than they do Cub Swanson. Cub last from the WEC era. He looked great. Beautiful performance. Landwehr, take some time off, man. Go down the rankings again. Nate Landwehr is so fun. Nate the Train is fun to watch, but it takes him like 4 minutes before he really gets going. Like, you have to kind of stand trade with him a little bit before he turns on. So just feed him to someone fun. Let's just have some fun fights. Prelims, what's there to talk about? Aaron Pico looked good. I want to see him fight... what's that guy's name? He just fought. He just beat Josh Emmett. Now I'm blanking. Vallejos. Put Pico and Vallejos. That'd be a fun fight to watch. Maybe you do Emmett and Pitbull. I don't know. Pitbull's not been looking good in the UFC, but that was a fun fight to watch. The guy I'm fighting here in 5 weeks kind of looks like Pitbull, to be honest. Big blockhead, very similar, except this guy's going to be French. But, yeah, good performance from both of them. Good fight. Very entertaining. Pitbull hasn't looked the best in the UFC so far. Pico looked great against Lerone until he got slept. But either way, fun matchups to be made there. Kevin Holland, Randy Brown. Well, this was fun. Kind of a weird fight. Like, it was strange. Kevin Holland's Kevin Holland. He's going to do what he's going to do. Give him something fun. Randy Brown, same. Like, he's a good fighter. You can't really shit on him. So just keep him going, man. That's all I care about. Same with Gamrot and Rivet. There's a lot more to do here. Gamrot you can do all kinds with. Maybe Gamrot Moicano both coming off wins. That would be a fun fight. Or you do like a Gamrot versus... What do you do there? Because lightweight's in a weird spot too. You could do like a Gamrot Oliveira, but it's kind of a waste of Oliveira to do. There's things they can do. Maybe Holloway and Gamrot if they don't make the Holloway-McGregor fight. But there's a lot of options at lightweight, right? Ribovic, I'd like to see him take on someone new and up and coming. I know he's not old himself, but I'd like to see him after that loss take on another prospect knocking at the door. Don't care about this fight. It was shit. Who cares? Tatiana Suarez, Lupe Godinez, no one gives a shit. This fight was good. They both look great. Chris Padilla did awesome. I thought he won the fight slightly, but it was a great fight. It was fun to watch. Gastelum needs to lose some weight and go back to 170 and, rethink his life. But Gastelum looked good, man. Gastelum's got an incredible chin. He's unbelievable to watch. He looks like he'd be complete shit, but he's always good. Luque is just one of the best fighters in the UFC who has no chin, man. He's one of the best fighters, but he's suspect as fuck. He's entertaining. He kills or be killed every time. The thing with Luque is, though, you can't count on him to survive. So just more fun matchups, really, is what I'm seeing here. And Radke did good. We'll give him credit where it's due. What are my honest thoughts around this event? It was a pretty good card, all in all. It was a good card. It wasn't a shit card, but it also wasn't the best card. It was depressing more than anything for me because I love Yuri Prohaska. He's my favorite fighter in the UFC by a good margin. There's a lot of things got screwed up at this event. The divisions are definitely going to need some time to figure things out. I'm actually going to go over here to the rankings so we can look at something. I do apologize for this not being the most professional of videos. This is my first for this channel, so please give me a break and be patient. Things will improve with time. We're going to go down to the light heavyweight division here. I know this is not updated. Okay, so you got probably Ankalaev at 1 still. Goldberg is champ. Prohaska will be up there. Costa will probably be number 5 or so. What do you do here? Maybe you do Azmat versus like Ozdemir or Jamal Hill. There's lots. Walker, man, same thing. It's like, what do you do with him? Heavyweight has so much to do, so many options here. Like Curtis, you kind of screwed up there, man. You got to take on someone. Yeah, wow. There's UFC needs some help, man. We need some more big names because, like, you got Islam, you got Ilya. Yuri was on the cusp of being a superstar, and he folded. So Yuri is no longer one of those guys who can be called upon. He's still going to draw a big crowd, but it's not the same. Sugar Sean, his time has come and gone. Sean O'Malley is... I don't think Sean is ever going to be a superstar again and have the same draw. So we really need some things to go right. We need Pereira to win. We need Strickland to win because Strickland has a name. And if Strickland wins, it's going to be fucking crazy. That would be honestly one of the best things for the sport right now is if Strickland beat Hamza. I know people love Hamza and he kills everyone, but Strickland is way more entertaining as a person. He's more active and he's willing to do whatever and stand in there with anyone. But yeah, those are my thoughts around this event and the future of the UFC and this division. Well, these divisions, let's just say, particularly light heavyweight. One last thing I want to do is I want to run down a lightweight. Yeah, Gamrot's got options, man. Moicano and Gamrot would be fun. Grappling match. They haven't fought before, I don't think. There's things you can do here. Lightweight's the only division with a whole lot of fun to be had right now. But I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. I promise I'll get better doing these, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and have yourselves a lovely rest of your days.